Hello, everyone. This day is the 23rd of September, which is the first day of fall or autumn, depending on where you are. And today was quite interesting because as I currently live in the UK, the weather is kind of frightful here. And with me and my disability, it's sort of it doesn't matter if it rains or it doesn't, because at the end of the day, I will always be, you know, probably in pain and probably with a lot of sweat on my back. Because what cerebral palsy is doing to me is that when I do something, when I walk and when I, lift something, I get very, my body overheats a little bit. But that's not the only thing that's uncomfortable about being disabled. It's sometimes those comments of people like who notice that I'm carrying some things and they want to help me, and it's okay for me to be helped. I don't have a problem with it as long as people know how to help. Because imagine an example. You come to a front door of a building and you stand exactly at the door, grab it onto a handle, and somebody at the back of you runs to you and says, "Can I help?" How would that make you feel? To me, it is too late to help when I've already touched the thing that I need to do. It would be nice to ask before it happened. But if, for example, if that's the case, when I have the door in my hand, I probably know that I can open it myself. And if the door is heavy, I will speak up. The door is too heavy for me. Can you help me out? But I would prefer for the people around me to first observe what is happening and then ask me a reasonable question. Because can I help you isn't always going to be an easy question to answer. Because if I have, say, a backpack on my back with a lot of things in it, and it's coming loose and it's coming down, if they're trying to help me, they might tip me over. Not in terms of me getting upset, but in terms of my stability giving way because the thing is heavy. You would be surprised how many times in my life I have ended up on the floor because somebody tried to help me. Not that I would not like being helped, but just make sure you talk to me before you do so. An example of that miscommunication was, or lack of such, was in cases when, I fell on the floor because, my backpack was too heavy when I was coming off school or something. This was like a long time ago at school when I was like in high school. One time I had a very heavy bag and it was like 4 in the afternoon. I was very sort of stressed and thinking about, hey, I gotta go home very soon. And I was just basically like a turtle, you know, laying on my back with a backpack on my back, still, you know, clinging tight to my back. And somebody came up to me and started grabbing me under my armpit and trying to pick me up. But man, I have 2 crutches. If you grab me by my arms, I can't help you because my feet are bad. I can't stand on them without the support of my crutches if I'm standing on uneven ground. So, by grabbing me under my armpits, you actually making it a lot harder for yourself than if you just, helped me get the backpack off my back, let me pick myself up, and help me get it up on my back again. I know it would take a little bit longer, it would require a little bit of communication, but it would be much nicer if that was done. I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one among the people, general population. It's not necessarily just the disabled people, but general population, where we have seen many examples of people, wanting to help, but not knowing how to, and automatically assuming that something is what the other person needs. For example, when, when your backpack is going down on off your shoulder, in my case, my shoulders get, leaning forward because of my disability and because of the back problems I have related with it. And that basically causes, backpack coming off one of my shoulders. So even if somebody fixes it, it will take about 5 minutes and it will come off again. So I'd much rather get used to it than to have someone fixing it all the time. A better solution to it would have been if there was someone who would, fix a strap to my backpack that makes sure that I can, move the focus or, the balance of the weight on my back more towards the front where my balance is. That would be very nice, but it's hard to find those sort of things. There's many other things that are hard to find. People who are willing to do the extra work to accommodate for the people that are not as privileged. But that's a topic for another day. If you enjoy me talking like this and exposing some of the issues that I'm having in my everyday life and some of the fun I'm having with it, please consider subscribing and liking this video and maybe watching the other one that I've just recently posted. And also consider checking out my website, which is linked in the video description.